This video is an introduction to the modes of the major scale. I grew up on death metal, heavy metal. I heard songs like Metallica's Wherever I May Roam. I love the band Death, especially the albums Individual Thought Patterns and Leprosy. I also liked songs like Rock Lobster by the B-52s. And when I listened to these songs, there was something about them and I couldn't really put my finger on it. Now, I took musical theory in high school, and they taught us about major scales and minor scales, and they never really told us anything more beyond that. And I began to ask myself a question. A minor and C major are all white keys, no sharps or no flats. They're the same notes. So what makes A minor minor and C major major? I typed that question into YouTube a few years ago, and I saw a video by Jake Lizio of Signals Music Studio. You should really check it out. And when I watched it and he explained it so clearly and I heard it, my mind blew apart like a supernova, and I finally understood. It's the root note. It's the home. It's the tonic, the reference point. That's what helps our brain decide, is this major? Is this minor? Well, it turns out that there's many more flavors beyond that. I'm going to play a random sequence of notes, only white keys, no sharps or no flats, and then I'm going to change the tonic note. And listen, with headphones preferably. If I played you this random sequence of notes, what key would you say it was in? It could be C major, it could be A minor. There's really no way to tell without a reference point, a root, or a tonic. Let's put a whole lot of A under this seemingly random sequence of notes, see what we get. Now that sounds very minor, and indeed, the Aeolian mode is melancholy and somber sounding. Let's try a bunch of C under the sequence and see what that sounds like. With the C, we get Ionian, or the major mode, which is bright and happy. Let's try putting E under the sequence. With an E, we have Phrygian, which is dark and full of tension. Let's try putting a B under the sequence now. With a B as the tonic, we create the Locrian mode, which is dissonant and unstable. How about we put a D next? With a D as the tonic, we create the Dorian mode, which is hopeful and triumphant and a little bit more optimistic than the minor. Let's try a G next. With a G, we have created Mixolydian mode, which is bluesy, melancholy, and kind of sounds like bagpipes. Lastly, let's add an F under our random sequence of notes. With an F as the tonic, we create the mode Lydian, which creates a spacey, mysterious, and futuristic sound, which is often used in video games and movie scores. I just love how the ear snaps as the tonic changes from note to note. So the studies that I'm doing on my channel are parallel modes. They're all in A. And if you watch some of those videos, I even mentioned I have to put a lot of A in there to remind the ear of what the mode that we're in is. And I just learned today about Ultra Locrian, which is a derivative of the harmonic minor scale, another mode that I was unaware of. So that's what I like about music theory and music in general. I could study it my entire life, play it my entire life, and still learn something new. And I'm just glad that I can share that with other people. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you have any experience in studying the modes, or if you could hear the modes change in this video. And don't forget to check out Jake Lizio on Signals Music Studio on YouTube. Thank you.